We're here. Oh,
it's the show that nobody asked for, the only reason that we shower. If these ovaries could talk is live right now.
I did shower for this today, Jaimie.
Oh, God, don't tell people.
I showered right before this.
Oh, you did? I thought you said I didn't. Don't.
No, I did. I did.
Oh, my God.
Shower.
I still have to fix that song. Still have to fix it. It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
I think people know it's going to be a minute before you actually do that, though.
It's going to happen. I have 2 young kids. I can't get anything accomplished, which we talk about on the daily, Robin.
It's true.
That is
always agenda item number 1 is Jaimie going, I might have an hour tomorrow. And then I think I can get to it. I think.
Hi, Emily. Welcome. Wait, we didn't say welcome to the show that nobody asked for. I love that that's the title of our show.
Welcome to the show that nobody asked for. We're glad we're showered. We're glad we're here. And oh my God, today we have a very exciting now. But we have two hot topics before we get into that, Jaimie.
Hot topics.
And they are the very exciting laundry.
Okay. The laundry. I have always said, we live in a Manhattan apartment. So the laundry we're lucky that in our building, the laundry is in the basement. I lived in a place before that where the laundry was down the street, right? So I've lived in there was one. Hi, Aretha Jackson.
Oh, geez. I'm
really?
Sorry.
You got to get on it.
I'm sorry. You keep talking.
I know. So I've lived in places where the laundry is really far away. And I have always said, if my laundry was in my house, I would do it all the time, like nonstop. I would be doing laundry constantly. I've always said that. You have always said that. We're in this house.
And Jaimie, what have I always said to you when you said that?
No, you won't.
I'd be like, that's the worst thing ever. It's better to have a laundry room. And you'd be like, no. So how's it going with the laundry?
Oh my God. I hate laundry so much. We have laundry not only is it in this house that we're staying in, not only is it in this house, it is in the kitchen.
Oh, it's right there.
Which is the room I am in the most. It's right there. It is right there.
It's like, Jaimie.
Yeah. It's calling to me. Have I done a load of laundry?
No,
Anne has done them all. I can't be bothered with the laundry. And I really think I'm like a really good home. Like I do the stuff at home. I'm tidy. I do I cannot be bothered with the laundry. I'm not doing the laundry. So my whole hypothesis about having laundry in my house is wrong. It's not true. It's not true at all. I can't do the laundry.
We have it in the basement and we do it once a week and we do it all and it's done.
But I hate that too.
Nobody likes laundry, Jaimie. Send it out for God's sakes.
I hate that too because you still have to put it away.
Oh my God,
Emily.
Of course she does.
Of course you do.
Of course, Emily. You're always, she's always better than us. Most better than us. Okay, so this is our only other hot topic before we get to our where are they now, and it's my
hot topic. Yeah,
and it's my hair. And so I decided that I was
my wife. I'm sorry, Robin. My wife is watching. Get out of here, lady. Yeah, she's doing all the laundry. It's very true.
I do think there's one person who does the laundry. Our split is that Mary does the laundry and I fold and separate, and then the kids put it away.
Yeah, I don't do any of it.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
All right. So our other topic, it'll be quick, is that I decided I was going to give myself a highlight at home. And so Mary texted me a picture of the color of the hair.
I have to. Who told you this was a good idea? You don't highlight your hair.
This lady right here said it was a very good idea because I was like, listen, we got the little brush. I was like, I could do this. I was like, how hard is that? Just do the separation and then I paint it and then I just leave it, move to the next hair. I was like, I got this. So Mary picked the color. And I was like, and she shot like a picture of the box and sent it to me. And I was like, yeah, no, that looks good. So I did it. And then I was like, I was like, that doesn't seem like anything. So then I did it again. And then I realized that the color that I did was darker than my actual color. So now I just took all the highlights out and I just have brown hair.
Oh my God. It's not brown. It's still blonde. It's just
It's still pretty brown. Oh, but I did manage to get rid of the grays on the side, so we're good.
so you accomplished something. My mom is here. Sue is in the house. Sue is in the house.
All right. I love how your mom always goes, I'm here. With one credit. I love that about your mom. All right. Enough about us idiots. And also we want to say this before we introduce our one of our favorite guests. Don't tell anybody.
Don't tell anybody, but these are literally probably.
Don't you say that. Don't you say that out loud. Anyway, before we say that, if you have questions for Crystal and Kelly, hit us up in the comments.
We didn't tell them who it was.
Do it. Yeah, do that.
Okay, so we are having Crystal and Kelly are coming in. Crystal and Kelly are way back from season, was it 1? 2?
Season 2.
Season 2.
Episode 2.
The episode was titled Crystal and Kelly, Angels on Earth.
It was just angels, but I like that you've made it bigger and better. Crystal and Kelly, Angels on Earth.
Because they're angels. And you're going to hear why, their story. Robin and I were in tears the entire.
We pretty much cried through all of it. But
they're beautiful.
Let's bring them on and see how they're doing.
Oh my God, bring them on. Where are they now?
Hey.
Hi, guys.
Hi, world. Yeah. Hi.
Welcome to the show that nobody asked for, but there are people here, so that's good.
14 or 15 people asked for it. So Crystal and Kelly, introduce yourselves and give a little, give your elevator pitch of your family, so people who maybe, it's shameful if they haven't seen it, but if they haven't seen your episode, give them an elevator pitch.
So I'm Crystal. This is Kelly. We've been together for almost 14 years. I don't really know.
Long time.
And we have 8 kids. And one is 26. The others are between ages 3 and 12. And we have one angel baby who passed away at 18 months from brain cancer.
Baby. That was very, very succinct.
You have more kids now than when we talked to you. No,
you guys got some new ones.
One more now. So when we last talked to you, we're still in the process of adopting the twins. So that's been a long ordeal 3 years later. But we now have their biological sister who we adopted in October. So her name's Sally, and she's 7 years old.
Oh, what? So she's older than the twins.
Yes. So she was, they're a larger sibling group, and she was with another sibling, and it just wasn't working out. And so they were going to split the other 2 up. So another family adopted her sister, and we adopted her.
Because when we did the episode, I believe both of you said you were done and the door closed and there was no more kids that were coming in.
We've said that
a lot of times,
like 6 times.
But then we listened to the podcast. I'm like, maybe I want to have a baby.
Oh,
that's a fun twist.
Wait a minute, but for reals, do you want to have a baby?
We've talked about it, and I would, and then we were going to, and then the twins kind of fell into our lap, and so it's hard having twins. So hard. They're 3 now, and it's hard. It's way harder than any of our other kids all put together.
I can't imagine. I have one 2-year-old, and I am pulling my hair out daily, because we're in quarantine and we're stuck together. I can't push him on anyone.
Yeah.
How long have the twins been with you?
Since they were 9 months old.
Mm-hmm. They've been with you a long time. Mm-hmm. So let's, for our listeners who don't know your full story, you got all of these children through fostering.
Yes. Mm-hmm. We set out for just one. Weston. That's it.
And ended up with a house full.
Yes, because you guys don't consult each other when you say yes.
They say
we'll take them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't believe your oldest is so old. He wasn't that old. I mean, he was that old, but I just didn't realize he was that old.
Yeah. He's 26, and we just met his new boyfriend, and they came over last week, I think. They stopped by because they were in the neighborhood, and then they ended up coming in for a little bit, and so we met his new boyfriend. Oh, there's one. There's Jay. Say hi.
Say hey.
Hi.
Hi, buddy.
Hi.
Hi. Nice to see you.
And
I
so,
love how I just creeped in. He was just like,
Oh, he's been dying. He's like, what are y'all doing? And we're like, oh, we're doing a Facebook. Our daughter's on too because she stayed the night with a family friend. So she's on and they said hi.
Oh,
Like, see?
hi. This is amazing. So, okay. So you, wait, I'm confused. Now I'm confused. How is it so much more work to adopt the twins than it was to adopt the older sister who
Because
just came in?
a family member is intervening just for them. And so we did a court case last year, and it got kind of to where they got to stay with us but have visitation. And so now it's kind of been extended because of the COVID stuff. And so hopefully we're wrapping that up soon.
yeah, we should be going to court soon, like right when the courts open, and which we thought would be June 1st. So we should be finalizing. I'm hoping
a family member is petitioning to adopt them.
Just
she doesn't.
the twins.
She didn't want to adopt. She just wanted to be able to have some interaction or be a part of their lives in a certain way. So
Press the pop.
so we went through a week-long jury trial, which was the most nerve-wracking thing.
Well,
I
at that
think
time,
I've ever.
she did want to adopt them. Now
Yeah,
it's just
but
to
they
be in the family, like just to have, I guess, visits or something.
Yeah. So
What was that like? The week long.
horrible.
Stressful. I had
Horrible.
to testify, and I've never been so nervous in my whole entire life. Like,
Oh God.
they kind of like they attack you as people, like are and we know like it wasn't personal, and we even like spoke to the lawyers. Like at one time we went out to eat, like out to lunch with some of the attorneys, and of course you can't talk about anything, but they were like, this isn't personal, it's just a win for us. And that made me even hurt more because I'm like, well, it is personal to us. This is very personal to us. And I was like angry then. I was like, what?
It was stressful, because my mom had to stay with them during the day, and while we were at court, and we had different people like picking up the other kids from school, and it's an hour away where we had to go to court, and I'll never forget, we made them cinnamon rolls on the last day when they were going to read the verdict, and she couldn't talk really well. But she was sitting in her high chair at the time, and she looked up to me, and she just like this stare in her eyes, and she was just like, and I don't know what she said, but when she did that, I thought it was her way of telling Crystal and I, because I could sense, you can sense the stress. I mean, the kids, they may be little, but they can sense when something's off. So in my mind, we call her Ninny.
Saying everything was going to be
everything's
okay.
going to be okay.
So,
I love that. I love that.
So you did sort of
having them come out and read that verdict. It's like, what's
us being,
Like you're having some
us being gay came up, and so that really like struck. Like we were like kind of. Not angry, but we were like, are you kidding me? Like they asked personal questions, and we were like, what? Why would you ask that? Like, have y'all never had a kid sleep in your room before? Like very personal questions about like a child sleeping in her room.
So you think you asked that question because you are a same-sex couple?
Well, supposedly they asked her that too, but they didn't ask. They asked the attorneys. So they asked all the attorneys, like basically when we're, when
they were making jury selection, that was a huge
like
question.
The baby sleeping in our room
because
they were like 1 year old. They were 1 year old at the time, and so we were like, I mean, babies sleep in rooms all the time. What are you talking about? They have their own beds.
And the master bedroom was so big; it was big enough to be 2 bedrooms. So like.
There are people that
they're way on the other side. Like
I'm still co-sleeping with my son.
Yeah. So we were like, what? We just kind of brushed that off, and then we did a lot of like praying, talking. We actually couldn't really talk to each other because she couldn't tell me anything that was going on. And so she was scared she was going to slip up. So we just really wouldn't talk at night. And so that was kind of hard too, because then we didn't have each other during that time.
Yeah.
But I mean, we got through it. And
yeah, she slept upstairs and I stayed downstairs. And I wouldn't, because I saw how the attorneys were questioning. And I knew that if I said anything and they questioned her, then it might slip up and it would. So I literally did not tell her, like, I was not going to break anything because I didn't want to ruin our chances of the jury selecting us.
Yeah, it's crazy that you guys had to keep from speaking with each other. I didn't know that was a thing.
We even took separate cars.
Yeah, because I was testifying, and so she got to stay in the courtroom, so she knew everything that was going on. So she couldn't say, "Well, this is what she said" or "he said," and so and you just get up there and you just speak, and
Crystal
of course
did well.
I got upset and I let her know. I was like, you're always going to be their aunt. That's how we have raised. I mean, we have contact with Jace, who everyone just saw. We have contact with his biological grandmother, his siblings, and it's great. They're distant. They come to parties. Like if we invite them, we just send them we're on a text group, and we'll just send them first day of school. Here's the baseball pictures, little stuff like that.
His grandmother comes to some of his baseball games. Mm-hmm. She's a really sweet lady.
They're super sweet, and we just know that more people to love the kids. It's better as long as they're safe. Now, I don't think we would ever be like, yeah, sure, go stay the night over there.
No,
but
that's not gonna be.
Just not where we are, but we do. No, not right now. Sorry.
It never ends. It never ends.
So he had to pop popcorn already, and now he needs help with the computer. So
of course, it never ends. You guys have already. I mean, you know what it feels like to lose a child through the foster. Like you fostered to adopt. I mean, your hope was to adopt that one child. Yeah, and you lost one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, we had one that we lost. He went back to a family member. Then we had the one that passed away, baby.
Right.
So B was the one that went back to his family, and we stalk him on Facebook. He's doing great. He's grown up, he's healthy, and he's in a good place. And but for the baby that passed away, we call him baby because him and Jace had the same name.
I was thinking that, yeah.
Baby, but then once we adopted him, we were gonna name him Tret, but it never really stuck. So we usually just call him baby, just baby.
Yeah.
So
the baby.
Or
if we say the baby, we're talking about baby Tret.
The baby. How's that going? I mean, I'm sure.
But before you move on, what I don't understand about the court case thing is if you're going to allow them to be a part of your life, what is the next installment of this court case? Like what?
We don't want her to be honest. I hate to be rude, but it's not a good. They don't. We did okay. So.
At first, that's the way we were leaning. And now we're kind of like, this has been drawn out for a year. You were supposed to make so many visits. You haven't.
Didn't.
So now we're just in this place where we're kind of just, I mean, you really didn't try hard in a year to see them. She did one visit in the year, and she could have done one visit every 3 months, I believe. Mm-hmm. And she didn't. And so we're like, if you really wanted to see them, you could. Yeah. And I don't mind sending a text of how they're doing and stuff, but I'm not real sure because the family is not
Mom and Dad are okay.
The mom and dad are great, but we don't know. I mean, it's a lot to think about and talk about, but right now we just kind of are going with the flow until they're adopted.
Got it.
So,
okay.
I think that
that's actually the next step is that we've got to go because they named us the a primary managing conservator of them. So we have all, and then she, had those one visits so since she did not do that, our attorney wanted to wait, give her time. And then, so she did the one visit and then we go and that's taken off. And then it's because we don't want to have this, every 3 months having to do something, they don't know her. The one visit they did, it literally broke my heart. I could barely leave the place, seeing their face, and there was a worker there to monitor. So they were safe, but it was, they didn't know who she was because they never met her.
Right.
And she came in
Wow.
literally the week before they were getting ready to terminate parents' rights.
And then he just did stuff on the visit too that kind of irked us. Like we get it. We like, it's fine. It's fine. Like the kids are fine. She was nice to them. Great. But just kind of took jabs at us. Like, and we were like,
I told her to, like, I was like, she offered to buy me lunch, which was nice. But I was like, no, you need this time. I was trying to respect that, even though it was the hardest thing I've ever had to do.
so then she said,
One of the hardest things.
Kelly gave her the cups and was like, they just drink water.
Milk or water.
Milk or water. That's all they drink. They were like 1.5, maybe had just turned 2. And so when Kelly gets back, she's like, oh, I gave them Sprite. And we're like, what? Like, what was the point? And well, Sprite's not going to hurt them. No, but just don't
just respect
do
people's
that.
wishes.
Like, and we kind of felt like it was a stab. Like, oh, I gave them Sprite, and we're like, is Sprite bad? No, I mean, no, like they're fine, but I'm pretty sure they don't like it because they're only 2. But and but it was just kind of, and you're like, just come on, like let's don't do this,
If I had your child and you said they go to bed at 6, they would be in bed at 6.
You're not gonna be like, well,
whether we were in the middle,
till midnight,
or not. Like you just respect parent wishes and
So, but and it's fine, and that's like the littlest, and that's so tiny, so we don't want to sound petty at all. But little, and like it kind of all adds up sometimes, and you're just like, just let it be over.
Well, I have to say,
we're just ready.
Even after hearing you, like in your episode, you talked about the child that you had to give back. Baby, was it baby B? B, we called him B.
B, yeah.
That you had to give back. You were so gracious and understanding about it, and like that's why we called you angels, because we couldn't believe that you were so understanding and loving towards the family member who ended up taking B. And so, like we know that to even push you to a point where you're frustrated it takes a lot. So,
and Melissa D just said it stinks that the aunt appeared 1 week before mom's rights were terminated.
Very much so.
It sure does, Melissa.
Yeah.
Well, is there anything? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
He was going to a good place.
Right.
There's like a hair and she's moving around.
But I mean, he was, his grandmother loved him. We loved her. It was just it was really what was best. And we did our part in his life. And I didn't really get closure until I saw how well he looked on the Facebook stalking pictures. I was like, oh my God, that was our part. So then it all made sense to me. It's to, and I believe his father's doing really well now. And, he may have been, his dad maybe needed him in his life more than, what we did. So we had our part. But with the twins, it's kind of like, it's a little bit different.
Yeah.
Yes. Understood completely. And we know you have the kids' best interests at heart at all times. We know this.
And Melissa just said you have the right to be upset that the aunt gave the twins Sprite. I'm with Melissa. Co-sign. I would be under livid.
I was literally just talking to my mom last night about how our kids have never had soda, and it's just not a thing we drink in the house. And my mom was like, I don't know how you did that.
Yeah.
So,
And by the way, if anyone has questions for them, please don't be shy.
And I'd love to, and I'd love to just talk about how you're doing with baby Jace /Tret / baby B.
Baby.
Baby.
Oh, we have. Like, I feel it affects our kid, Jace the most. So Weston had surgery yesterday. We just got back from the hospital not too long ago. Him and I did. So, because they kept him overnight. And don't worry, it wasn't written on the refrigerator correctly. So we messed up an appointment again. No big deal. But he got his surgery. And they ended up keeping him overnight. And they weren't going to. But when we got home, Jace was in our room working on something for summer school. And when I walked in, he just starts crying. And I was like, hey, bud, what's wrong? And I was like, do you need a break? Is it because Weston was gone? And I felt like he just gets this fear every time we take someone to the hospital. Yeah. Like Annie was in the hospital one time and he was like so nervous the whole time she was there. So, but he definitely.
Well, we were too.
Lexi is very like Lexi writes a lot, or she sings, or she just copies songs from YouTube. Really, like she'll like a song, she'll just write the lyrics down or something. And so that was like her coping. And then Weston's Weston, and he's happy all the time.
The video you put up of Weston, I think last week, when I don't know what he was sad about, something ended and he was like, it's over. And then you said, Weston, I love you. And the look on his face. And when he came to you and hugged you, I was just like, that boy. And that was just such a beautiful post.
Oh yeah, he is like so happy all the time. Like last night he kept saying, hey mom, hey Crystal, you know me, right? And I was like, yeah, but I know you. Hey, we're best friends, right? Crystal, we're best mom, and I'm like, oh my God. I was like, I thought that medicine was supposed to knock him out. Why is he wired? The nurses would come in and he'd be like, hi, nice to meet you. And I was like, oh, please just go to sleep, child. Like, go to sleep. And he had like surgery on his foot. So he's in a cast now and he can't get up. This morning, 5 o'clock, here's Weston trying to get out of his bed, IV wrapped around his whole body. And I'm like, buddy, you have a cast on. You have an IV wrapped around you. Like, could you please lay back down? And he's like, I won't do it again, Mom. I'm sorry. I won't do it again.
5 minutes later, he'll do it.
Yeah, he does. Like, he forgets.
He's like 51st dates. He's teaching something and does it. He's hilarious.
51st dates. That's hilarious.
I went up to the hospital last night and he was trying to tell Crystal the password, and I don't know what he was like. It's like 1, 2, 3 WESTIN,
and we're like, oh, okay, that's not it. But whatever.
AJ is asking you guys if you've had any difficulties as an LGBTQ family regarding building community, friendships with other families at school, neighbors, and how's your family been received?
These people ask way better questions than we ever.
They really do. They should be hosting our show.
I don't know. You should.
So she is an assistant principal at a high school, and everyone is loving and welcoming. Everyone loves our kids. They love me. I mean, I don't really know, but they're really nice. And our kids, but you do have, this is how I'm always like, so they have Lexi has 2 moms, and they kind of look at you and I'm like, there's 2 of us. Like there's 2 moms to Lexi. And people are like, oh, okay. Like, but then last night, even at the hospital, I said, Weston's other mom is going to come up. And is that okay? Because of the COVID stuff. Mm-hmm. And they were like, well, is she over 18? And I was like, yeah, he's 12. So I'm hoping she is. And I was like, yeah, she is. And so then she walks in and they're like, hey, sir, can I help you? She's like, and so she goes into the room and then the doctor, it was even like, so does his mom have like his medicine or do you have it? And I was like, well, his other mom is bringing it. And I was like, come on, guys. I know we're not the only lesbians in Austin. Let's go here.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It was kind of, we don't take it personal. I just think, we're just kind of like, whatever.
Well, and also like, we are close to Austin, and Austin is very liberal.
Yeah.
Round Rock is just like a small little suburb outside of Austin. So, and in the schools and stuff, like a big is diversity, equity is a huge, so it's our kids don't, and our kids are involved in so many other activities. Like I coach Jace's baseball team. Lexi and Sally are getting ready to get into tumbling, and they make a lot of friends through that. And then they also have their friends at school. And when we have parties for our kids. Like
so,
there's
a lot
never
of kids
a non-attendance. And
parents
are pretty open-minded here. We're fortunate to be in a community. Now, there's always going to be some who just aren't. They might say, but I don't really care what they say. They're nice to our face. So we're blessed with that.
Yeah, I think that's across the board for all of us 2 mom, 2 dad families. Mm-hmm. Everybody's nice to our face. We don't really know what they say behind our backs, but
it's fine.
Yeah.
So,
but our kids they're always invited to parties, and
we don't let them stay the night anywhere really.
No, we don't.
So only with family, but so it's not really that, but like we've had kids stay the night here and everyone's always super nice about it. And we're not we have had people, this is funny. Like so Weston used to have home health home health, like a nurse would come and help us with him when he was like worse than what he is now. And this, like, sometimes you would get a sub nurse if like his normal nurse wasn't there. One time this lady, and she was older, and she was like, wow, doesn't look like 2 lesbians live here. And I was like, well,
She's the decorator.
thank you. I was like, what is that supposed to mean? But it was kind of, it was funny. And it was like,
You're like, did you
oh,
expect
okay.
it to look like the softball Hall of Fame? Like, what did you expect?
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
I mean, I think I have a rainbow flag from Pride one year somewhere in my closet. I can bring that out. I mean, if that helps. But I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. Thanks. I don't know. Like, what do you say?
Because the yard's well kept. That's me. She does the inside.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a perfect combination. I have a question that I just thought of. Yeah, I just thought of a question. I know we have to wrap up soon, but so you're 2 white moms, and none of your children are white, right? So like, I'm wondering, do you get anything from that from people around, or is it more the LGBTQ thing, or is it neither?
I have gotten several times if I'm the kid's babysitter, especially when I was a little like younger, and I would have all the kids with me. And then one time I had Lexi was real little, and it was Lexi, she was in tumbling, and Jace was with me just sitting in my lap. And this lady was like, wow, their dad must be really dark. And I was like looking at her, she's like, because their skin is just so tan and you're not. And I was like, yeah, all of their dads are real dark. And I just kind of left it at that. And she was like, oh. I was like, I mean, because I don't like need to explain our family situation.
That's amazing.
So, and then sometimes, like, when Jace was real little, like, people would stop me and say, what country did you adopt him from? And I was like, San Antonio, the city right down the road. And because, like, I don't know why, but they would always ask me, like, what country is he from? I'm like, no, Texas.
Yeah, I've never gotten asked questions while I've been out with the kids, but I may not just be as approachable as Crystal is. I don't know. But I've never had any problems, but I can tell you where it does, and this may take this to, is realizing where opening my eyes to because Jace has said some things to me that I've never had to think of in my life. And we're having to explain things to them now
that we can't explain.
That we have not walked in those shoes.
Right.
So it's like one time I was taking Jace to school, and he said, it was at the beginning, he goes, Mom, I hope there's some kids with brown skin like me in my class.
Oh.
And that's something, I almost like stopped the car, like, whoa, because it was just so like, I never as a child worried, when I went to class, like I didn't
worry about
hope there were kids my skin color. I just didn't. And right then and there, it was like that moment was like, wow, like this is something like, and even though, so it's,
our family even says stuff sometimes. And like right now, I haven't been able to talk to some family members, or because I don't feel like we are being heard. Just with everything going on. And I'm just like, I just try to stay kind of off social media looking at stuff. And I know it's not personal, but I speak my mind, and I do speak up like for our family and for our kids. Because I want them to be proud of who they are. And it did used to Lexi that she didn't look like me, but we have a good family friend that the mom is blonde hair, blue eyes, and her biological daughter, who is half Hispanic, has dark skin and brown hair and brown eyes because the dad is Hispanic, and that gene situation, was just, she came out looking more like the dad. And so I was like, look, this child her mom and I look pretty much alike, and you and that little girl, and they used to be in the same like preschool class, and we're like, and y'all look just alike, so, and that kind of helps just seeing. But now she's overcome that, and she's very proud of being adopted. And she even on my birthday card this year said, thank you, Mom, I'm so happy, or happy birthday, Mama Crystal, I'm so happy you adopted me.
Oh,
and I was like, that goes on the refrigerator.
It's a lot.
So it's been very eye-opening having children of different
Mhm.
races in our home and seen and yeah, like Jason and I have a lot of talks about Hispanic men who are successful and what does success look like, and that's whatever you want to be, and you can do whatever you want to do. You don't let anything hold you back. The color of your skin does not matter. So that's been educating to me and made me open my eyes to things that I didn't even know existed because I never had to. Like, like I was saying with the classroom, I never care. I never wondered, are there going to be people with my skin color when I go to class? Like, I never worried about that.
That's the thing. Even as marginalized folks being LGBTQ, we got a lot to learn too. We're not. This country has a long way to go when it comes to pigmentation.
Yeah.
So you guys are doing good work, and you're just angels.
Well, and we're so glad you guys were able to like come in and give us a where are they now? Like, we're always like, oh, I wonder how Crystal and Kelly are.
Always. Yeah. We talk about you a lot.
Probably too much.
We talk about y'all a lot too. You've helped us let our kids play in the front yard a couple years ago because you let your kids, do other things like city life. And so we're like, oh, so our kids can play in the front yard. That's cool.
I loved when you reached out about that. That was so awesome. That was so awesome. Crystal, right now, because we're on the Cape in Massachusetts, we letting the kids take their bikes and they have boundaries and they can go. So I challenge you.
I'm not on board with that.
Wow.
I'm not on. My kids are little. My kids are too little. But
your kids are too little.
Yeah.
But thank you guys so much for stopping by. It was so great that you could come and chat with us.
One more thing.
One more question.
Not a question. We still need to get you guys that van. You need a big van. We promised it. We didn't deliver.
Well, we didn't promise. I mean, we sent it to Ellen. We got the story to Ellen, but she didn't care about us as much as we thought she should care about us.
We need to get you guys a van for all of those kids to fit.
Well, when we share this the YouTube version of this, we'll make sure we're sharing it at Ellen and being like, check back with these people and get them their GD van. That's all I'm saying.
But maybe not the GD part.
I'll leave out the GD part.
This is amazing.
Yeah, no, it just makes me, I don't know. Yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much for coming, and we'll talk soon.
Thank you guys.
How much do we love those two? Angels. I mean, come on, we just love them.
If you guys haven't listened to their episode, go listen to it now. Crystal and Kelly, Angels.
Yeah, and season two, episode 2, I believe.
Mm-hmm. It's a good story.
That was our feel good broadcast.
We went over time because we
went way over time. So we'll say very quickly, don't forget that if you want a discount on the Mira Fertility and Ovulation Tracker, just go to our website, ovariestalk.com, and there's a little code there for a discount. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And what else do we have to say, Jaimie?
We're just going to say goodbye because you guys need to get on with your lives. Everybody has work to do.
Get back to work. I got to take the kids to the beach or something. I got to do something. All right. Yeah. Eggs.
Ovaries.
Out. And then I have to end the broadcast. It's never clean, Jaimie.